So good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And the topic is, why do I hate money?
Yeah, so why do I hate money so much that I don't value money? So I don't value myself and I don't value my time. I don't value anything in life. And at the end of the day, I'm just crying why I don't have money. But actually, we really don't value money because we learned everywhere that money is not good. It's part of evil, and the devil's work is money. And money is the basis for all the bad things on earth. So why should I work for money, and why should I have money? Because that's the idea, that if I have more money, I will be part of that huge machine that partially like breaking down earth and destroying everything on earth. So why should I have money at all?
And everything that brings up will you destroy and uncreate. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyond.
Actually, who does this belong to, this all points of view? Like, whose idea is this?
And actually, how many times do you use as an excuse, you know, this money thing? Oh, I'm okay like that. That's enough for me, because you don't want to create your life, or you don't want to create more in the life, because it's much more comfortable to sit back and, you know, blame to everyone else. Because of this, I don't have money.
Yeah.
And everything that brings up will you destroy and uncreate. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poke, nine shorts, boys and beyond.
And, you know, all the things that we have to do in order to have money in this reality are the things that we don't really like. Like, you know, you have to go to work, but you don't like the crowded streets, you don't like the traffic, you don't like waiting in the traffic, and you don't like waking up early. Actually, most people doesn't like the job that they do. Everything is like the whole life that is about money is, I have to wake up early, I hate this shit what I'm doing, they force me to do it, I have to pay the rent, I have to pay the debt, everything is more expensive.
Everything is the have to. I have to pay for this.
And there is no such thing as joy in this whole reality, because the whole thing is you have to have the money in order to survive.
But what if you don't survive, but you create?
And everything that brings up, we destroy and uncreate.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyond.
So actually, what we see that people doesn't create their life, but see life as something that they have to feed others. So when they feed everyone, then they can survive. Then these people can let them live and survive. It's like, I have to do everything for my dogs, so my puppies are happy and all the things good.
Or the kids.
We have to do everything for the kids, and then they will not cry, so we can have some relaxing time. Oh my God. You have to do everything for your boss, so your boss maybe will give you a premium or a salary rise, or maybe promote you to a better job. You have to do everything for your colleagues, so maybe your colleagues will give a positive feedback and not fight against you and not try to push you away from your position. You have to do all the things for the government, for all the people around you who have some kind of authority, because you depend on them and you rely on their decisions and their points of view and their judgments. Why would it be fun to live a life when everyone else is the source of our life and we have no faith in this whole reality?
Yeah, so when did you buy into you are not the source of your life?
And you are not valuable, and you don't worth anything. So everything that brings up, they destroy and uncreate.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyond.
So what if you can create your life from a space where you don't rely on others and you are not depending on other people's points of view and judgments and expectations? And still, it's not fighting against anyone. So we don't go to the other direction, that now I'm not dependent, but I'm fighting, I'm revolting, and all these things. But you're really creating your life from the space of knowing this reality. Because in this reality, that, you know, we are all spiritual beings to that level, to the level that we believe we are spiritual beings. So for example, you are spiritual to the level that you are happy to survive, but not happy to thrive, because as a spiritual being, you don't need money. But in this reality, you need money. You have to pay your rent, you have to pay your bill, you have to pay for things, because those beings are not spiritual, not as spiritual as you, so they expect you to pay. So are you willing to acknowledge that there are one of the energies, which is called money, is really, really useful and sort of significant in this reality? Because in this reality, you have a body. And in this reality, money is significant. If you are willing to acknowledge that, what would it change for you? Would it allow you to look at life from a different aspect? Because there are millions of different energies, and money is just one of them. So if you would acknowledge that this is the energy that everyone values much more than other things, what else could you create? So it's not good, it's not bad. Like, money is not bad, but what people do with money, that can be bad, that can be destructive. But the way you look at money and the way you create your life and your future and the life around you in your environment, that's your decision, that's your choice. So what do you choose? What is the life that you would like to create? Because money, you know, you can choose to create an amazing thing with money, and you don't have to have too much money for that. You can have really, really, really rich and create really a different life for hundreds and thousands or even 100,000s of people. But you can, you know, you can play with money in so many ways that's inspiring others and letting others know that there is a different reality with money. And, you know, if you look at money from that space of, I have to work for the money in order to pay this and this and this and this, and maybe by the age of 65, I will have my house paid, and maybe I will have money to go and travel. Oh my God, that's fun.
Why do you have to wait until then? What if you can start right now? And actually, you know, when you start to value yourself and spend money on you, you know, it opens up the possibilities and opens up a lot. So it doesn't mean you buy everything you want. Not about this, but value yourself. And you know, if you see a clothes which is, you know, a bit expensive, but that generates the energy for your
that you are looking for in the future,
then buy it.
So imagine that if you were buying those things, only those things in your life that generates more for you. So if you ask everything, a clothes, a food, even a food, you ask this question like, if I buy you, will you create more for me? Will you generate more expansion in my life? And we are not looking for, like, we are not asking this question from the space of course, any food I eat will help me to survive, or any clothes will cover me, so at least I will not get, you know, wet in the rain or cold in the winter. No, what is that to pick that actual clothes, or what is that food that I can buy today, I can wear today, that will contribute to my expansion? And it can be not just food, not just clothes, it can be a car. What is the car that will contribute to your expansion? So when you buy something, it doesn't have to be, you know, like there is that furniture brand, IKEA, where everything is created to, it's very useful, it's not very nice, but very useful, so it does what is required. And actually it's quite cheap, but no one likes it because it's very low quality and all sort of things. So what if you would buy only those things in your life and into your house, furniture and all the other things, that will expand your capacity of receiving, but when it will expand your whole life? Because receiving is a really key thing here, because anything that allows you to receive more, anything that would remind you or allow you to expand, it always takes you closer to the nature of the being. The nature of your being is the continuous expansion, because that's the infinite being, continually expanding and expanding and expanding and receiving more and more and more, everything in that expanded space with no points of view. And anything you buy, anytime when you spend your money on this, it allows you to receive more, it allows you to see more from the whole world. So it allows you to receive and generate more money. It allows you to have more information, because your points of view will limit your capacity of receiving. And this can help you to have less and less and less points of view. So for example, you can go on like on a holiday or a tour to somewhere and ask, okay, should I travel like economy class or business class? What would create more? And of course, you can see into the prices, and prices would say it's 5 times more. Why would I do this? It's just pointless. But what can it generate for you that would allow you to look at money and look at things totally differently? If you wouldn't value money based on how much you earn today, but based on what does it create for you as an infinite being, would you be more spiritual in that case?
And actually, you don't have to travel on business class all the time. But what creates more? Sometimes the economy class creates much more and much generative for your body for a reason. So just
and also when you go and travel somewhere, should you travel to a place, to a house where there is its own kitchen? Or rather, okay, go to a place that is nicer, maybe it costs more, maybe it's more exclusive, and then we can go to the restaurant and really enjoy this time for ourselves and enjoy that space of being and living in a body. When you really start to enjoy your life and see yourself as the source of your creation, when everyone else is the source of your creation, then it's the point of view, I have to save money in order to spend on them. But when you enjoy yourself, when you are in the space of, oh, I'm the infinite being and I'm the source of creation, and I really worth everything that I create here, and I'm willing to have more and more, it will allow you to receive more, it will allow you to generate more. And it doesn't mean you have to earn more from that position, from that job where you are at the moment. It will allow you to find different income streams. So here is an example. Like a few years ago, we went on a holiday, like that was our wedding anniversary, the 10th wedding anniversary, and we said, okay, it has to be something different. And
we never spent money on us, actually.
Yeah, we always wanted to save for something, and guess what? We were unable to save because in our reality, we had a very low ceiling of how much money we can have. So something always happened that made us spend and spend. So we never had more saving than like $10,000. But we were saving all time long. So it's a very interesting thing. And then, okay, let's go for this trip. And it was 5 days for $5,000. And we said, okay, that's a lot. Because usually we went on tours where you drive, you sleep in your car or something like that. And this one was like, you know, a beautiful resort and the sea and the beach and everything is beautiful. The service is amazing and beautiful people around you who are kind and everyone is relaxed. And 5 days in this relaxed and beautiful, like paradise area.
We received everything, actually. Really.
It allowed us to receive really a lot. And at that point, we even just been to a bars class and the foundation class, so not much more. And so it wasn't like doing it as a CF from that total conscious point of view. It was, oh, let's do something for ourselves. And it opened up so much that it allowed us to start to look at money from a different space, like really valuing money and seeing that, oh my God, there are so many other things that we could create and we could enjoy in life. And then we started to look at things like, if I buy this, what would this create in the future? What contribution this can be to my life in the future? Like even bought a few months later golden cufflinks. You know that. Why would you buy golden cufflinks? There is no point for that. You can buy cotton-made cufflinks or wooden cufflinks or plastic cufflinks or cheap metal cufflinks. It's all good for shirts. And when I placed it in my hands to receive the energy of that pair of golden cufflinks, it was such a high level of joy and expansion that I started to laugh so loudly, and I was unable to stop for 2 minutes. and I went into the crying. That's how much joy it was. And it was just a pair of cufflinks. But the question was, if I buy this, what will this create, or what energy that can contribute to my life and to my future? And that's the energy. And anytime when I wear it, anytime when I have it in my hands, it can give that energy, it can show up as that, and it really contributes. So it doesn't mean that thing is the source of my creation, but that thing contributes to my creation, the future that I would like to create. So imagine that you buy furniture, and every time you walk around in your house, that furniture opens up that space for you, that allows you to get closer to the infinite being, to the nature of you that you truly be. And when you remember that travel, when you eat that amazing food that you desire to eat, that creates more for you. When you wear those clothes, when you open your wardrobe and see, oh, my shoe, oh, and you don't wear it only on Christmas Day or New Year's Day, but you wear it often. Why wouldn't you? Because anytime you wear it, anytime you're close to it, you connect to it, you can receive more, and you can expand and expand and expand. And that will allow you to create and generate far more and far beyond in your life, to create how you communicate, to create how you show up, to change everything that is limiting you and allowing you to really create what you desire.
I have a question. I have two.
Yes, okay.
Please.
So I love this topic, this what do I hate about money, because it is like we want money, we desire to have money, and we desire the things that money brings to us. Not just the material things, but that, you know, it also contains like feelings of security, safety, not having to worry, being able to change people's realities, those kinds of things. And yet there's like a love-hate relationship constantly. So I've got two questions. My first question is, how do you access the generative energy underneath that? So underneath all the points of view that you put onto money and what money is and what it isn't, your experience with money and the things you've grown up with, how do you access that generative energy that money actually is underneath that? And then my second question is, I sometimes feel like I use the tools, obviously I use the tools, and things change. And then I find I use the tools against me. Like it's a great excuse for why things aren't working, because I'm now using the tools to limit me and make myself wrong because things haven't changed or whatever it is. So yeah, how can I change it?
Cool.
Great questions. Thank you.
So let's start with the first one. And you already said what is it about, because you can connect to anything you desire and you can receive the energy of anything that is around you or not even around you. Everywhere in the world, you can connect to anything, even on the other part of the earth, and just connect to it and receive its energy. It can be something or someone. And you do it consciously and unconsciously. And that's the problem, that, you know, there is the question, who does this belong to? Who does this, all these not generative energy, all these points of view, all these fears, all these doubts, all these judgments about money, who does this belong to? And really, you and we all connect to everyone and so many people on earth. And as we connect to them, we start to receive their points of view about money. So anytime when you have to, like, spend money, you suddenly connect to all the people who are in the same position as you and they have to spend money on something. And you start to pull in their points of view and their judgments and their fears and their thoughts about money, about that situation. So 99% of this is not even yours. That's why you can't have anything of generative about money. And that's the thing of starting to use that tool anytime when you realize that, oh, again, I just have a doubt, I just have a fear that I shouldn't buy this, or it's no point to do this job because it doesn't generate enough money, or all these points of view that are coming up, or if I do it, it won't generate money. But you didn't ask a question, you just function from someone else's point of view.
Conclusions, you know, because you already know things.
From your experience.
Yeah, that's I have. This is from my past, so I can create like this.
Yeah, and you can always ask the question like 100 times or 1,000 times a day, just connecting to all these energies that are coming up, all these topics, all these thoughts that are coming up regarding money or regarding anything. That who does this belong to?
And what if you spend only one day? You just try. Do it one day, you ask the question all day long. Okay, everything what is coming up, all your thoughts, all the feelings, everything what is coming up for you, who does this belong to? And see what will create, what change will create in your life.
So for example, when you ask a question, you need to connect to the topic of the question, to that energy. So for example, you want to buy a more expensive set of cutlery, and let's say it's 3 times more, but you like it. And suddenly you have the fears, you have the points of view, and strange energy comes to the surface with all these things. So connect to that energy. That can be very subtle. So connect to that, be present with it, and then ask the question, who does this belong to? It may belong to your past experience. It may belong to someone else, to another lifetime.
Or an entity.
So you don't have to know who does this belong to. You can even ask the question, is this truly mine? That energy, that point of view, is this truly mine? It's nearly the same. It can help you to look at things a bit differently and still does the same thing. It allows you to get rid of these energies that keep you stuck in that situation. And then it goes away, and then you can receive what it can create for you, this thing that you would like to buy, or this thing you would like to do. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing starts with that choice of, I'm choosing to have clarity. I'm choosing to have clarity about everything in my life instead of allowing everyone and everything to limit me. So, and that will allow you to be present with these situations when these situations shows up. And of course, don't worry, there will be so many, so you will have time to practice. But and also when you ask the question, who does this belong to, and is this truly mine? So you connect to it, and you can even ask it 2, 3, 5, 10 times. You can even say the clearing statement until the energy disappears. And you will know that it disappears because you will start to feel much lighter, much more ease in your body and in your being. So this is one of the part. And then you had the other question about
using
it against you. Yeah.
So I see that everywhere in Access that each and every tool can be used to create something greater for you, and also you can use it against yourself as an excuse or as a weapon. And some people use it abusively against each other as a weapon. So it's all good. And these are tools, again, anything can contribute more or can be used as a weapon to destroy things.
It's like a knife, you know, you can use it for cutting a bread, or you can use it for killing someone.
For yourself.
For yourself.
So if these were tools, why would we use it against us? But of course, it's hard to believe that we create our future. It's really hard to believe because we were always told and we were always taught that you rely on everyone else, and
you have to follow the rules. You have to follow what the people are saying who are, you know, bigger than you, your boss, your teacher, or your parents, or whatever.
And maybe one day you get to the point that possibly you have a tiny percentage chance of creating a little bit part of your future, but everyone is creating your life. So you have to make everyone happy. Because first of all, you have to make happy your parents in order to feed you. Because if you're crying a lot, they will put you in the bed, they will lock you in the in the small room, and they will walk away because you are crying, and they tell you, okay, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, eat more and go to sleep. Fuck. So everyone all day long is telling you from the beginning of your life,
be quiet and behave.
Yeah. So you have to please others, and if you please others, they will let you stay alive. They will let you thrive a bit. But first of all, would you allow yourself to receive yourself as the source of your life? Not others, but yourself as the source of your life and the source of your creation, the source of the future. And so if there is something you would like to create, what is the tool that will contribute to that? Because what we see, a lot of people are using the tools as a recipe, like they have a list of tools. Like first, I ask the question, who does this belong to? If it doesn't work,
okay, how does it get any better? Or what else is possible? Or the other question? Or do somebody process? Or maybe I need a bar
someone who has a better question. What is the latest question? What is the latest tool that may clear everything for all eternity? But it doesn't work like that. Like the problem with recipe, it doesn't allow you to be present with yourself, with your creation, with your life, and with the energies around you.
That's why it's not working, because you want to use it because the others said, oh, use it. It worked for me. Use it.
Yeah. I mean, even an MTVSS, there is a purpose for how you use it or for what you use the MTVSS body process. But maybe it's not for what you need. It's not for that particular thing. And you use it and, oh, nothing has changed, it's shit. No, but it's not for that. First, you need to ask the question, if I use this, will it create more? Will it contribute? Will it change this situation? And let's say, yes. Don't expect it will change everything. You can even ask the question, okay, is there something else that I also need to add or do after this? Or how many times should I do this? It's like, if we go back to the ingredients and the recipe, like each and every situation requires it to change so many ingredients, so many elements. And the question to change, you are the one who will decide to which direction you would like to change it. It's not enough just to change it, but you already have a point of view how or which direction you would like to change things. And based on that, the recipe will be different. So different ingredients will be required. So you can ask the question, okay, what else is required for this thing? What are the other energies or other situations or other tools or other techniques that I need to add to this? So yeah, did it really answer your question, or there is something in?
It did really answer the question. I think for me, the money thing is it's kind of convoluted because there's so much wrapped into money that it's like, for me, I don't equate money to joy. You know, and I know Gary says that money follows joy, but money and joy, money. So it's just a really interesting one for me, that the more I delve into this topic and the more points of view that come up for me, the deeper it goes. There's just so much layers around this money thing.
Yeah, and there is that basic thing about money that, you know, all these things that anything that you can hear in excess is always linked to that topic, to that environment, to that situation. And if you try to use it in a different situation where the energy is different, it may not work that well. So even they say you have to be committed to yourself. What does it mean? For some people, it means they have to be responsible for their own things all the time. And it's not very joyful. So if you are in that space, it's not joyful. And you say, money follows joy. Oh, I'm committed. That's not really joyful for me. No, it's not working. So there is bullshit here. And actually, yes and no. Yes, there is a bullshit because we don't use the information as it is given, but we try to tailor everything to suit our points of view. Something, and there is this thing, light and heavy. People use it and say, oh, it's heavy for me, I'm not doing it. It's simply just, I don't want to do this. It doesn't mean it will create more or not create more for me. I just don't want to do this. And I use this sort of like sounding very spiritual when I say, it's not light for me. It only means one thing: you are lazy to do it, you don't want to do it, and that's it. But if you tap to the energy of what will that create, and you say that from that, and you see, okay, if I choose this, it will not create more in that direction that I would like to, then it will really give you that energy. And then the people who you talk to will see that, okay, this person is not lying, this person is authentic, because the energy behind the words is authentic. That's in line with what they say. And that's a big difference. And when you start to look at your life from that space, you really want to create your life, and it's not important to say, like stand against someone to revolt, but you rather, even if you don't like someone, but you have to agree, you have to acknowledge that what they say works. Okay, then you will acknowledge that, because what creates more for you? And so for us, this whole thing about money started to change with these small choices, where it was huge for us. It was really changing our world. And we started to realize that you can spend money in a different way. You don't have to buy everything. If you ask the question like, will it create more? So many things are not necessary at all.
Or do I really need this? No, you don't.
No, it will not create more.
You know, if
you will
have
more things on the shelves, but it's not a contribution to anything that you are choosing.
If you have more money, it doesn't mean you can buy all the time. No, you don't have to buy. We don't buy all the time. We buy when it generates and creates more for us.
So it's spending money. The purpose of spending money and the purpose of money is to expand your reality, expand your life. If you start to look at that way, it will allow you to live a totally different life and function from a totally different space. And it will allow you to receive more, because that's the big part of the game. As you expand, to receive more, so you can receive all the things to where you expand. Yes, there was something about money. Oh yeah, so when it started to change, one big part was choosing that we will create a different life. We will create a lifestyle that we desire, because a lot of people says, I want to create more money. Cool. And
then what? And what are you doing with the money? You know,
because
you don't want to collect money. You would like a lifestyle. You would like to do something with the money. You ask for that, not for the money.
And when you are choosing a different lifestyle, that includes everything. It includes the free time you have. It includes the way you generate money, how you feel during generating money. It includes how you spend your time with people, how much do you travel, where do you live, what do you do, what do you eat, what exercises you do, what do you buy, what contribution you are to the world, not just to yourself. It includes everything. A lifestyle includes everything. And into a lifestyle, you can see that, wow, I really have the capacity to create what I desire. I'm really part of the world. I'm really part of creating the future. And that is a totally different and more expansive energy. And from that space, you start to do things differently. It allows you to receive the energy of what is required to be done. It allows you to stay present with your choices instead of giving it up, and instead of letting everyone tell you what you should do instead of what you would like to do. It's a really different thing. As long as you just want the money, it will keep stopping you, because you also know there is no point to have just the money.
It's very heavy and very sticky, you know, I want the money, I want the money. It won't create anything.
But when you know what's the lifestyle you desire, the money will come with that. Because really, the money is an energy that's required for many things. when you choose the things that you desire to have, that has the fire inside, that, wow, this will create more. It's not the fire. It's the sense of, if I choose this, if I have this, my whole world and everyone's world will expand. And that feels like the fire, that feels like the steam in the engine. And then, oh, wow, this is what I want to choose. And you choose that, and the money, and not just the money, the connections, the people, the situations will show
Everything
up.
will show
Everything
up.
that's required will show up. You have none of that, but it starts to show up for that. And that's why there is a big difference for people when they choose a class. And okay, I choose the class, so therefore the money will show up because I want the money. So what would you like to have with that class? So when you have this, okay, if I choose this class, what will that create for me? And then, oh my God, this is what it will create. I would like to have that. I'm choosing to have that energy, what it creates. And then the money will show up when you stay present with your choice, that this is what you would like to have as part of your future. So then the money shows up, and not just the money. Your boss will allow you to go away for that period, or your kids will or you will find a nanny for the kids, or someone to look after your puppies, or, you know, all the things that's required, not just
Everything
the money.
just ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. This is what we can say, because this is what we see everywhere, and this is how we see the world works, the whole universe works.
So it's really interesting because you're not making it about the money.
Yeah.
It's a yes and a no, because you acknowledge that money is part of it, so we don't make it wrong.
But you don't do it for the money. You do it what you desire, what you would like to create in your life. And the money will show up. Because
that's part of the creation. Money is part of the creation. Money is part of that picture. It's part of the lifestyle. There are many things for which you require money, but many things you doesn't require money. Not because you will get it for free, but it's just a point of view that without money I can't do this, or I can't have this. Like I know people that so there was a guy who wanted to live in a beautiful, huge mansion on the beach, and within 6 months he was living there. He didn't have the millions of dollars, but he
did house sitting.
Yeah. And the millionaire who had like 7 or 10 luxury sports cars invited him to do the house sitting. And every day when he came to work, one day he came with a Porsche GT whatever 4, and another day he came with a Lamborghini. Another day he came with the car from the Back to the Future, the DeLorean. There is not many. There is only one here or 2 in New Zealand. And fuck, what are you doing? And then he came another day, a Lotus Esprit. What's happening here? Oh, for the next 6 months, I'm living in this beautiful house, and I can come with any car I want because this guy is fully a millionaire. And all right, so you don't have to, if you think that I have to have millions of dollars, I have to win the lottery to create that lifestyle. No, there are millions of ways that you are just not willing to receive. But when you are willing to receive, when you are willing to be present, and when you are not about the money, but the lifestyle, the things show up. And it will show up the way that you can receive it. It will show up the way it can show up the easiest for you. It's really cool.
The question is, are you willing to receive that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is just a question. Someone is raising the hand. Hello.
That would be me. Hello. Hi,
Hello.
guys. See us talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm from New York, and I have a big question because honestly, way before Access Consciousness, unconsciously, let's say, I started to play with the whole money, topic with the money, let's say. I always received, from different sources all the time because I played with the money. Like, I really don't focus on receiving or spending. I just do it, like without the questions. Actually, what I learned today, which I'm gonna add to the whole procedure anymore, but the whole point is that I wouldn't allow myself until this moment, to, let's say, dream big, meaning I get like some kind of blockage or possibly fear. I'm not sure, because I'm excited sometimes. Like I'm in a little candy store, like being a little girl, you know, being in a candy store, saying, "Oh my God, I'm gonna have big money, and I know it's coming." But I block myself since years, saying, "Okay, delaying. Okay, it'll happen. When? How? Why?" I mean, I don't ask these questions, and I don't go for it. And I'm like 54 now, and I really know everything is in ease much more than ever before. So the money comes also, but not that much as I wish. So
Mhm.
what I should, ask, like what should I do, like eliminating, these blockages,
Mhm.
basically. Thanks.
I can tell you that so when we started to choose this lifestyle, the first thing what happened, I was fired from my workplace
That's
within an
I
hour.
remember.
within an hour. That was the greatest limitation, which holding us back to create the life we desire and we ask for.
And
Yeah.
it, you know,
Yeah.
it didn't look up, it didn't
At that
show
time-
up that we wanted to show
Yeah.
up. And I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, that time it was, oh my gosh, what shall we do? Lots of fears, lots of
And
doubts.
the first logical thing was find another job that, you know, oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Yeah,
But the energy wasn't like
Regular way.
yeah.
and we had a business, a hobby weekend business
Mhm.
that was generating like $25,000 loss a year. So from the full-time job, we were feeding that amazing business.
And now what do we do? You know?
And then, okay, and the question was, okay, will it create more if I go and spend my time in our business? And it was
Mhm.
a
It was
huge
a big yes.
explosion.
Boom.
Energy was
Yes.
a big explosion, because explosion
Mhm.
is the how to say it, it's a very quick and fast expansion. That's explosion.
Mhm.
So we were choosing that. Okay, we are choosing this, and we were asking. We asked questions. Okay, what does it require? What shall we do? Who should we talk to? You know, in order to create that.
But the thing is, the choice, the lifestyle that we desired had that expansion. So it was the matching energy, and also because what is big for you, it may not be big or huge for someone else, or may not be valuable for someone else. So you need to choose something that you value, that
Yep.
will create more specially, personally for you. And when you do that, it will keep driving the whole situation. Like, it will keep you feeding, it will keep you have that fire that keeps you going.
Motivated and inspiring yourself.
Yeah.
Because you know, why do you do it? What's the reason?
And then what we and the thing is, we created a class for ourselves called 100% committed. Like, what does it mean being committed?
Because we were not committed to our life and to our creation. That was the
whole thing. And not being committed, there are so many hidden dynamics that people do to stop themselves, or people do to give up, or people not doing, and that creates the limitation. So we collected all these dynamics
and patterns, everything,
and then we advertised this class. No one came. Okay, let's do the class anyway.
We will do it.
I would come.
Yeah, we will do it for ourselves. And we did it 3 hours on the couch, full of clearings. We were so tired, and oh my gosh, but we did it. And something started to change, and more change. So it really worked.
So what happened? Within 2 months, we built up this business to a level where it was generating as much I was earning at my full-time job.
And it was a very well-paid job, actually.
Awesome.
There were days when people came for treatments, for bar swaps, and for bar treatments, and I earned $800 that day, and not working 12 hours a day, but just fun. 5 or 6 hours altogether, and I was not charging a lot. But and I didn't know these people, they just showed up, because it's not about you try to catch the people to come to you. But you start to be an invitation.
You are being that energy that people will find you.
To them.
Yeah.
And and then later in that year, there was another situation when we really had to go beyond our capacity of receiving and what we can create, when Chilla asked the question, would it be a contribution if she also becomes a certified facilitator of access?
I didn't want to be a CF, but it was a huge energy. Yes. Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Lots of money.
So we calculated and we had like 5 weeks time to generate $30,000. Okay. Until that point, we knew it. Our business generates 6,000 or 7,000 a month.
We never
How
seen,
you do it like
yeah.
4 or 5 times more.
We never seen that much money before, really. So it was really out of our comfort zone and beyond. So, okay, what else is possible here? What does it require? And actually, we had lots of ideas in that time, and we started to create it, and the money come. And we created even more than that.
The interesting thing is that, and I can tell that if we were able to do that, anyone can do it.
Yes.
Because so
we are not special. If you use the tool, you can do it as well.
Like the thing is, I'm a financial analyst, so I try to minimize and analyzing, but you know, here you have
of course.
And I was doing this job for 10 or 12 years, and still we didn't create any money. So you get, it's not about the profession. And if I was able to give up my points of view about money, I think everyone is capable to do that.
Yeah.
So really, imagine that I try to, you know, plan for the future, like how can we create that much? We have to do this many foundations, we have to do this many bars, we have to do this and that we generate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thinking. It doesn't work that way.
I know.
So after a few calculations, I realized it's not happening. Okay, fuck, we have to function from question here. Finally.
We're screwed. So my question is once more, you know, about this whole thing, procrastination. I'm a big procrastinator about stuff, even enjoying still, you know, like during the time I procrastinate, but sometimes I realize, I shouldn't do this anymore. So just having questions and clearings about that, right?
My question would be, what are you choosing? Like, is that really something you desire to have, what you choose, or it's not really?
Is it big enough for you? And the other thing, what's the reason you don't value yourself?
Okay, it's there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chilla.
Because from the moment you start to value ourselves, it really starts to change your life. Because then nothing is hard and nothing is heavy from that moment.
Yes. This is the one. Thank you so much.
It's heavy because you are not valuable enough for you.
Still. Yep.
Yeah. So when did we buy into we are not valuable? We are nothing. So when you know, when you are a child.
How many lifetimes have you been part of a Borg? Have you been part of like an ant?
What's it called?
You know,
like a beehive, like
how many lifetimes have you been part of a hive, or a hive mentality, or a hive nation, where no one was valuable and everyone was working for the queen?
Communists. Sorry.
It doesn't mean
I'm joking.
Maybe you haven't been human in a human body at that time.
Okay.
You're an infinite being. No. How many lifetimes have you been part of a hive and you had to follow the orders that were given and you were not valuable at all? How many places in your life you still function from that energy, from that space?
Let me write it down. Yeah.
And you can clear it right now if you wish, if you are valuable enough for that.
Yes.
And everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate, right and wrong, good and bad, good and poor, and anxious, boys and beyond. And of course, this is just for you.
So all the oaths, humilities, and promises, and secret promises, and secret oaths, and blood oaths you made to yourself or to others, to any religious groups, or to any nations, or lords, or kings, or leaders, or authorities, or any sects, that you are not going to have money, power at all, ever? Will you now revoke, recount, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, and destroy and uncreate for all eternity?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and
bad,
bad,
good and
poco,
poco,
and
shorts, boys, and beyond.
And oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. Thank you, guys. Oof. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Something happened.
Yeah. I think it's a contribution for everyone.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
What else is really possible with money beyond this reality?
What else can you create if you choose you and the lifestyle you desire to create and the future you desire to create? And everything that doesn't allow you to be present and to choose and to create, will you now destroy and uncreate? Right and wrong, good and bad, put and poco, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So thank you so much, Helen, for inviting us and organizing this
call.
call.
And thank you for everyone. Thank you for your questions and your contributions. And have a wonderful evening and see you soon again.
Yep.
Cool.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.